How's it going, everybody? Justin here, Raise Rural Family. Tonight I'm going to show you some tips on how to get a thicker, more green yard. Check this out. So for the past couple years, we've had some really good green grass down in the lower sections of our yard. But up right here around our house, it is bare and nasty. And we don't have good grass in the summertime. It's hard to walk out here. It hurts your feet. My kids always like to be barefoot in the grass. And this is kind of what we're dealing with right here. The bare spots, scrubby. In the summertime, that doesn't grow into nice green grass. So I'm gonna try something. I've done it before. And what I'm gonna do is, instead of tilling up the entire yard, I'm going to do a little bit of overseeding, and I'm going to show you how I do that. So what I'm going to be using to do this job, to do the overseeding here in these kind of bare patchy spots, is we're going to use the Scott's Thicker Lawn. It has the weed, seed, and fertilizer, well, not weed, but seed and fertilizer and soil improver all in one. These are coated seeds. If you just went to the store and bought cheap grass seed and put it out, without that fertilizer on it, you're probably going to need to put some straw down. But I've used this stuff before and it does pretty good. The other thing you're going to need is one of these walk behind seed spreaders. And this is, I believe, this is the Scott's Turf Builder brand. Right here on the back, it gives some pretty good instructions on what to do. It says if you have one of these spreaders here, you set it on setting number 9. So there's a setting dial on the back of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some of this seed in here, and we're going to just walk back and forth through these areas where the grass is really nasty. But before I do that, I want to show you a little bit of prep work we did as well to help out in some of the really bad spots. So the spot I'm standing in now, this is kind of the worst spot we have. It's right here next to the house, and it is extremely bare and nasty. But we did a little bit of prep work. We probably didn't do enough, but we took a landscape rake and we really roughed up the ground the best we could with that landscape rake because that soil was compacted. So if you have some bare spots, like completely bare with no existing grass or weeds, it's a really good idea to take a rake and rough it up a little bit so you get really good seed to soil contact. Also, it's important is the timing to do this. So we're here in Ohio. This is right at the very end of March, at the very end. So the grass everywhere has started to grow. A lot of people suggest to do this end of March, early mid-April. So I want to get a little bit of a jump on it. We have some really warm weather in the forecast, and we also have a good amount of rain coming as well. So everybody's already out there mowing their yards. So the grass already kind of started to turn green, and that's a good indication of when it's a good time to do this. So if your grass was extremely high, you want to mow this down to at least 3 inches before you do this. But everything up here around the house, as you see, is pretty bare. So a lot of open soil. So we're really hoping to get some really good seed to soil contact. This stuff is supposed to grow extremely fast. So I won't have an update on how it did tonight, but it claims that within 3 weeks, it will start to grow and germinate and green up your yard. So I'm going to show you how we're going to spread this seed out. So now I'm going to go ahead and pour my seed here into my seed spreader. I'm definitely not going to be able to fill the entire thing up, but we'll fill it up the best we can. What makes this stuff better than just your standard typical grass seed is, you see there, it has not just the seed in it, but it has a little fertilizer pellets in it as well. So I don't have to go back over this and put down extra fertilizer. So really hoping that the birds aren't going to get into this stuff, but we'll see. Anything's better than what I got. It's worth a shot. This bag of seed here, this Scott's green grass stuff, let me show you exactly what it is. The Thicker Lawn. It was a little bit pricey. It was probably, I think, $75. And there's cheaper grass seeds out there with bigger bags, but this stuff had really good reviews for what I'm going to do. So we'll see how it works. Okay, I'm going to load it up one more time, and we're going to do right around here by the house where it's really bad. Another quick tip on putting down this seed and feed, I can't say it right, the Scott's Turf Builder seed and feed grass. You want to immediately water it over the next couple days. It won't grow unless it gets water. However, I timed this to where we have 4 solid days of light on and off showers and rain. So I don't have to worry about it. The seed's going to sit on the ground tomorrow, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's going to rain. It's going to be up in the 60s and 70s. You wouldn't want to do this if the forecast is going to be in the 30s and 40s for the next week, you know, depending on where you live. You want to wait till you get some warmth in the forecast, get here into early April, but you want to water it, or you can time it to where you do it a day or two before some good rain's coming. And there you have it. Now we're done. So for $70, I'm going to try this myself. I don't want to go out and spend $1,000 with a lawn care professional to try to rehabilitate this grass. I also could have rented an overseeder. It's a piece of equipment that gets the seed down into the dirt. But again, that's probably $150 for a weekend. So for 70 bucks, I'm willing to go out on a gamble. And my goal is I want all of my grass to look like that. That's the goal. So stay tuned, and I'm going to come back probably here in 3 to 4 weeks, and I'll give an update of how this seed is going. If you want to see that and you like what you saw tonight, please subscribe. Raise Rural Family. Thank you. God bless.